Let's have a bit of a laugh at Harry and Meghan's expense because I'm finally caught up with this South Park episode.
What matters is what we have on the inside.
It's quite vicious in a way, but quite funny as well.
South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right now.
South Park has done a parody.
Time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
It's important we do this ourselves, Harry, and not live off your family.
I agree. We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
Okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Yeah, that's totally me!
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Meghan. You know, it's Meghan now.
Hey, lowly cameraman, come over here and try some fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. We need to make it look like I actually care about my camera crew. Come get some fried chicken. Act like you're having fun. Act like you're having fun.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex? I don't think I've ever twerked in my life. You must have.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard.
You the last.
By the way, I love your Luke.
Sorry, what's that?
Your Luke. You look amazing. Your Luke.
My Luke.
My Luke. My
Yes.
look. She likes my...
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth.
People were saying, meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is silent.
You know, why jam, Tom? Why jam? Why jam, you know? Does she want to be, you know, seen as a traditional wife now rather than a grand humanitarian politico, Tom?
I mean, if she does, I mean, good on her. I can't,
I'm half winding you up now. You must know that. You must know.
So you hate journalists? That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist.
It's so funny you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know it's Sussex. Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9. It has really upset Meghan Markle.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with.
Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
See, I didn't know who H was. At the time, I just loved his Insta feed.
Welcome to my garden. Well, it's not my garden, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set. It is elevating the ordinary little things. And who got the Kroger peanut butter? It's not even organic.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like I love her. Like she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
The world stood still, then erupted in laughter when South Park unleashed its worldwide privacy tour episode. This wasn't just a cartoon, it was a precision strike, a brutal takedown that allegedly sent Meghan Markle's entire PR machine into a tailspin. People whispered of legal threats and frantic damage control, yet South Park didn't flinch. They dropped it anyway, and the internet couldn't look away. TikTok was flooded with reenactments, Twitter went into meltdown, and YouTube exploded with reactions. But this was no ordinary cartoon roast. This was a cultural dismantling of Meghan and Harry's entire Hollywood image, stripping away the royal fantasy. It raised a chilling question. How did a cartoon manage to expose the deep contradictions in their carefully curated brand, doing what years of traditional media scrutiny simply couldn't? the chaos truly began with a single real-life moment, Meghan's infamous hospital video. Picture this: heavily pregnant, yet somehow perfectly glammed, she's in what appears to be a hospital room. But this isn't just any hospital. It's a perfectly staged production set. She's rocking a huge baby bump. The lighting is suspiciously perfect. And then, out of nowhere, she starts twerking. Yes, twerking in a hospital gown, 9 months pregnant. And next to her, Prince Harry, wide-eyed, stiff, looking like he'd wandered into the wrong reality show, awkwardly bobbing behind her like a confused backup dancer. It was supposed to be relatable. It was supposed to go viral. And it did, just not the way she planned. The internet didn't react with awe. It responded with a barrage of memes, relentless mockery, and utter confusion. Within hours, the video became instant meme fodder. TikToks tore the footage apart. Instagram meme pages had a field day, and headlines called it tone-deaf, bizarre, even. Here's where it gets even messier. Technically, this South Park episode wasn't banned. Not officially, anyway. But the alleged reaction from Meghan's camp, you'd think it was a national security leak. According to whispers from insiders, her PR squad hit full panic mode. Legal teams were reportedly contacted, behind-the-scenes threats were flying, and they supposedly tried everything to bury the episode before it even aired. But South Park doesn't ask permission. Trey Parker and Matt Stone don't back down. They kicked the door open and said what everyone else was too afraid to say. Instead of being stifled, the attempts to suppress the episode only served to amplify its impact. They didn't just poke fun. They turned Meghan and Harry into one of the most talked about punchlines in pop culture history. Because when you spend years trying to meticulously control a narrative, and then South Park waltzes in with no filter and a cartoon scalpel, yeah, things unravel fast. The attempted The real sting of the South Park episode wasn't its exaggeration. It was its uncomfortable accuracy. South Park barely needed to stretch the truth, because the contradictions in Meghan and Harry's public image were already doing all the heavy lifting. They say they want privacy, yet their animated selves are literally chanting, "We want privacy," while being interviewed, filming a documentary, and embarking on press tours. Sound familiar? That wasn't creative writing. That was just the timeline. The louder they demanded peace, the more public their lives became. Audiences weren't confused anymore. They were exhausted. So when South Park finally laid it all bare, people didn't gasp in outrage. They said, finally. Even in the episode, when the boys start asking how these two can be anti-media while filming everything, there's just silence. It's the same silence you hear in real-life interviews when Harry complains about journalists, only to follow it up with a polished PR campaign. The ripples of the South Park earthquake extended far beyond social media, allegedly reaching the gilded gates of Hollywood. Industry insiders started whispering that Meghan's twerking stunt and the ensuing fallout from the episode had made her a risky name. Projects that were reportedly in talks suddenly went silent. Production companies hit pause. One executive allegedly didn't mince words, saying, "No one wants that kind of circus attached to their production." Translation: Meghan wasn't seen as powerful anymore. She was seen as unpredictable, a liability. This was underscored by the very public termination of her multi-million-dollar Spotify deal. Spotify reportedly ended the deal due to a lack of audience and failure to meet productivity benchmarks, with a top executive famously calling them fucking grifters. Even her Archetypes podcast, once touted as a symbol of empowerment, faced accusations of lacking originality and failing to deliver consistent content. This wasn't. While Meghan's PR machine scrambled to patch things up, the internet did what it does best. It roasted without mercy. Within hours of the episode airing, TikTok was flooded with reenactments of the now iconic pillow slit scene, complete with costumes and full drama. Twitter became pure chaos, with side-by-side edits of Meghan's real video and her animated double racking up millions of views. The reaction wasn't just amusement, it was unity, a shared moment of cringe that brought everyone together. One viral tweet nailed it. South Park did in 20 minutes what British tabloids couldn't do in 5 years. And make no mistake, this wasn't just social media having a laugh. This was full-blown reputation collapse in real time. Reddit threads morphed into digital courtrooms, with people debating whether Meghan and Harry had any self-awareness left. Spoiler alert, the verdict wasn't in their favor. YouTube overflowed with reaction videos, breakdowns, and even lip-sync parodies of Harry's Now. Then came the ending, South Park's mic drop, the part that made even the most jaded viewers sit up and go, wait, did that really just happen? Picture it, cartoon Meghan, still in full glam mode, proudly uploads her chaos-filled documentary to YouTube. She's beaming, convinced this is her viral masterpiece. The hospital is in shambles, the pillow bump has been exposed, and Cartman's fireworks are still smoking in the background. But then, reality hits. The video gets 12 views. Just 12, and half of those are Cartman refreshing the page over and over. It's the kind of ending that's almost too perfect, too real. Because in real life, Meghan's attempts to go viral have been undeniably struggling. Her Spotify deal was canceled, and her other Hollywood projects are reportedly on pause or facing challenges. The gap between how Meghan sees herself and how the world sees her is growing wider by the day, and this episode didn't whisper that gap, it screamed it. Meghan wanted to be seen as a Vi. South Park didn't need to invent anything for this episode to hit home. The most brutal aspect of their parody wasn't the exaggeration, but the uncomfortable realization that the show barely needed to stretch the truth. The contradictions in Meghan and Harry's public image were already doing all the heavy lifting. They said they wanted out of the spotlight, they craved peace, but what they really wanted was to control the camera and the narrative it captured. And now that someone else is holding that camera, wielding jokes sharper than any headline, they've lost control. The world isn't laughing with them, it's laughing at them. The worldwide privacy tour wasn't just satire, it was a scathing indictment of a carefully constructed brand that finally buckled under its own weight of hypocrisy. The only question left is, can they ever truly recover from being animated into an uncomfortable truth?